Cobra Kai is just about to come out onto Netflix, season 5. It's been a long wait, but it would have been longer. Its original release was supposed to be in December this year, but got released back a couple months sooner. So, all right, it's a very content-filled type of week here because there's House of Dragons, there's the Rings of Power, even though it's shitty. She-Hulk, that's shitty. Cobra Kai is right here. Boom, there's a lot of stuff to go over. But anyway, I'm going to be giving some predictions on what I think might happen during season 5 of Cobra Kai. So first up is I think that the LaRussos are going to get a divorce. That he and his wife will be driven just so far away with each other with all this karate stuff that his wife is going to want to leave him and be fucking done with it. Ever since season 1 and Johnny brought back Cobra Kai, LaRusso has been driven a little crazy trying to get all this karate stuff settled in his town, wanting Cobra Kai out, wanting Miyagi-Do to actually take precedent in the town, in the valley, or whatever. He's been wanting that to take control. And then there's been, Kreese came back and Silver came back, and he's like, oh, I just got to deal with this one more thing. And the wife is obviously annoyed. She does not want to be involved with that anymore. But it's like, well, now so many of the kids are learning all these moves and are being bullies to other kids, and they at least have to know how to defend themselves or something. But that's a tough one to do when there's so many kids knowing karate nowadays and have different skill levels. If there's a group of them, you could still get ganged up on. So it's like the game has changed extremely from your normal kid environment. So just standing around doing nothing when you have all this karate knowledge is probably not the best idea. But regardless, even if he thinks it's right 100%, they still have their business, their car business that they almost lost in season 3 and was lucky to get it back. But, with him focusing on this karate stuff, he's not going to be able to do all the car salesman stuff that he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be running the business. And either his wife is going to take full ownership of the company, or they might lose that business as well. And this might also be part of the divorce, or, they could stay together but still lose the business and then be, poor and have to deal with this as well. Or they could potentially, this is more of a long shot because LaRusso is sort of on the rich side of things. He is a little more wealthy. He's not as wealthy as Terry Silver. Terry Silver seems to have quite a lot on him. He's seen as like an entrepreneur and saving all these kids, all this stuff. But maybe LaRusso, I don't think they'll do this in the season really, but it's a potential that he'll somehow try to take some of his investments and get some more allies, get some more assets on his side to promote his own karate stuff with Miyagi-Do or something else. It doesn't have to be Miyagi-Do, but could be something else here to rival Cobra Kai in the Valley, and could be something, that could literally rival it. And, of course, Terry Silver's expanding Cobra Kai nationally and probably internationally. And he's become a global sensation. So LaRusso might be trying to do something to catch up with that, because you can't just take down one tournament or something. You can't just take down the head person at that point. It will have spread so far you can't control it anymore. So there's a lot that kind of comes out in a way with the potential of their divorce, I would say. Anyway, prediction number 2 is that either Kreese, because he got betrayed by Terry Silver, he got put in jail. He might somehow get released from jail in this season and potentially help LaRusso and Johnny and them, or he'll still be in prison, but I think he still might help them out in some way to get back at Terry Silver. Now, I don't know if it'll be just through some sort of normal advice, some sort of technique, but I think it would probably be telling them who they could get help from. Now, we were thinking, a lot of us are thinking that Terry Silver is going to recruit that one guy that was in Karate Kid 3 that was going against LaRusso, and that's probably what's going to happen, that Terry will get that guy. But it is also a potential that guy could become another ally on the LaRusso squad over here of his rivals, because he's got Johnny and Chosen, of which were his ultimate rivals before. Maybe this guy could end up being a rival too, though it seems like he, out of all of them, would be the least likely to join them, possibly. But regardless of who Kreese would tell them to go and get help from, that's just, I think that might be a thing where Kreese ends up trying to help them in some type of way. Maybe he tells them some dirty secret about Terry Silver. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that he's able to help them in some way, shape, or form. And then now for number 3. This one actually, I think, might take a little bit more deep diving to see if this is something that might happen. So I remember quite a few times, it seemed like Johnny and LaRusso have wanted to essentially kill Kreese. They wanted to end him. Like, they wanted to kill him. That, like, he had an opportunity to, by the way, but he didn't. And with Terry Silver, like, amping up the stakes to be even more dire and to be a lot more pressure on you and a lot more problems, there might be a situation that they're in where they would, potentially kill someone. Now, that's actually one of the things that's been interesting about Cobra Kai, is that there hasn't been, like, not that, like, nobody's tried to kill somebody using karate. Nobody's done that. The biggest accident was with Miguel, and that was not on purpose. Like, kicking him over the balcony was not on purpose. But with how things are going lately for our heroes here, they don't seem to have many other options than to literally finally end it, because it's just like, how else are you going to get them to fully go away without them ever coming back? Like, how would you feel comfortable, like, after this, after all them, could they come back? And now, after all this time, all his enemies essentially have come back in some way, shape, or form now. And even though he's made friends with a couple of them, there's still a lot of problems here. There's still a lot of problems. And if he had an opportunity to end it, or Johnny or Chosen, whomever, to end it, I'm curious if they would. And I'm curious if any of them are going to kill each other. That's my main. That's not really a prediction. That's just more of a question of if that's going to happen, because I don't know if that will. Because if they, let's say they kill Terry Silver. Let's say that Johnny, Chosen, LaRusso, one of them, all of them, whatever, they kill Terry Silver. What kind of ramifications would that be for the rest of the show or for another season? Like, karate itself would be definitely put on a more public platform in question, with these karate wars going on, essentially, these karate battles going on, and these senseis, and one of them killing the other. Like, especially if people see Cobra Kai as a really good one, and you see that LaRusso or one of them killed another master there, like, one, they'd be in trouble, they'd be fucked. And then, like, all the karate stuff going forward would be, like, in very high question, just like with the Miguel thing, the whole school fight. Everybody was thinking they should ban karate entirely from their valley, and it was like, no, you can't do that, because that's kids are still going to look for their own way to do something. So this is at least a way to learn how to defend yourself, and a way to seek it, without there's supervision of some kind there, at least. But I don't know. That's something I'm wondering will happen, if one of them will have an opportunity to kill another character, and will they do it? There's a point in one of the trailers where they show Johnny and Chosen going to show them how it's done. So they're going to fight one of the masters that work with Terry Silver. But, I assume they'll just beat him up. But would they kill him? I don't know. That'd be interesting to find out. Anyway, that's it for the predictions that I have for right now. I might be able to put out one more prediction video before Cobra Kai Season 5 drops. But if I don't, I don't know, man, because there's not that much to think about as far as predictions, I would think. There's more characters I'd have to get into to maybe think about what might happen there, I suppose, for more predictions. But anyway, that's all I got for today, and have a good one.